Hey everyone, my name is Matt Prina, and today I'm going to tell you a little bit about my social media campaign that I did this semester. So let's get started. Just to introduce myself, my name is Matt Prina. I'm studying web design and development, um, and I had a lot of fun this semester in this class. And first of all, I just wanted to say that I'm grateful I got to take this class. I learned a ton, and developing these social media channels is kind of something that I had been wanting to do anyways, and so this class kind of gave me an excuse to put aside the time to get it done, and I had a lot of fun and I learned a lot. So to start out telling you a little bit about the project, obviously I needed to build a brand. I wanted to gain a following on social media, create good content so I can interact with my audience and then evaluate and see how I can improve. Kind of the whole point was, I'm a designer. I have a design job already, but I'd like some freelance jobs just to make some extra money and stuff. I don't really have the time to do that right now since I'm busy with school and work and everything else. But the whole point of this was to get a following, get my name out there on social media, so that when I do graduate from school, I can, already have that base and have that network, so I can go out and get leads and get referred to people if they need freelance design work done. So that was my underlying desired outcome for the entire project. Just to go through how I did everything, I started out by, creating this brand. I wanted it to be something that would, be expressive of me as a person. The brand is built around me as a designer, and I wanted it to communicate, who I am, and that I am a competent designer that can help people with their branding or their website or graphic design needs or whatever they need. So these are some of the logo ideas that I went through, some sketches, had fun with that, narrowed it down to something nice and simple that communicates and looks good as a little icon on Dribbble or something like that. I really fell in love with the color palette. This blue violet color, I don't know, I just love the way that it looks, and I think that the gray and the green go really, really well with it. As far as this font, this is a font that I use a lot for work, and I just thought it went well with the colors and the branding and everything. Here's how the branding looked on the different channels. Starting out the semester, I had decided to build out my a Dribbble channel and my LinkedIn channel, and then closer to the end of the semester, I decided I wanted to make an Instagram account as well, and so I just went all out and made all three. So my strategy was to post as regularly as I could on Dribbble, trying to get a lot of followers. LinkedIn is a little bit different. I didn't want to be the obnoxious guy who's always posting stuff. I'm connected with a lot of my coworkers and stuff on LinkedIn, and so I wanted to kind of tone it down a little bit, but still post enough to be noticed. And then same thing on Instagram, same thing as Dribbble. I was just trying to post as often as possible so I could show up in people's feed and people would recognize that I have a presence online. Here's some of the content that I promoted. I tried to do some Instagram posts with multiple images. This was my first Dribbble post, or my debut shot on Dribbble. This was on LinkedIn when I posted about my video animation. Here's my advertisement, which was a big learning experience, lots of fun. It's just kind of supposed to communicate that I'm a designer that can help your brand look good, and check out my Instagram account to see proof of that. So I was a little bit disappointed I didn't get as much interaction as I hoped I would, but it was a fun project. So to see some of the results of my work, just some of the wins or takeaways, like I said earlier, I originally only planned on doing 2 social media channels, and I ended up doing 3. Um, I had lots of people approach me about my design work. I had a girl at work come up to me and say, "Hey, I really enjoyed seeing your stuff on LinkedIn. Keep posting stuff," and she thought that was cool. I had a kid from my old singles ward who I haven't talked to in years who messaged me and asked me for some advice about web design stuff for his company that he's starting. Um, and then another thing I thought was cool is I was just checking my email the other day, and on Gmail I usually just go into like the promotions and social parts and just like delete all the emails in there. Um, but I was looking through like the social section, and it was saying I saw like Adobe portfolio in there, so I clicked on it, and there was like multiple people who had seen my Adobe portfolio that's linked to my social media accounts, um, and like gone into the comment section and or the contact section, and had like gotten in touch with me about doing web design for them. So I thought that was cool. I told them I wasn't going to be able to do it right now just because I'm so busy, but told them to keep me in mind in the future. On top of all of that, I've just learned a lot in this class. Obviously, I talked about, I learned how to work with the ads manager pages on Facebook and on LinkedIn. That's where I ran my ads. I learned how to make a GIF, animated GIF. I learned how to post dribble shots. I learned how to make separate accounts for my personal account and my design account on Instagram. I learned how to use After Effects, which is something I've been wanting to do. It was lots of fun, so I learned a ton, and I really had a lot of fun. Just some quick stats for LinkedIn. I think I mentioned that I didn't really use LinkedIn hardly at all before this class, and so I just thought it was, kind of like, oh, I'm going here to just connect with people, and I never really use it for anything besides that. But I know that it is kind of an important thing to have when you're in the professional world, and you want to make connections with people in your company, and prospective employers look at LinkedIn and stuff like that. So 59 new connections on LinkedIn since the beginning of the semester. Lots of views, lots of likes on my posts and stuff from coworkers, and I thought that was cool. Dribbble, I got a handful of followers, likes, 14 buckets. If you're not familiar with Dribbble, buckets are like when you see something you like that somebody does, you can put it in a category and save it to look at later. Like I have a cool web design bucket, cool logos, cool illustrations bucket. So that means that 14 people saw one of my designs and they saved it in a category to look at later. I thought that was pretty cool. On Instagram, I got 17 followers, 16 comments, 44 likes, I think is what that's supposed to say. So most of them are just my friends and family, but I was grateful to get that started. And I didn't start the Instagram account until later in the semester, so I'm hoping that will continue to grow. It's also always good to recognize failures and ways you can improve. I mentioned earlier that my ad didn't get any clicks, and so I was kind of disappointed about that. I was hoping to get more Dribbble followers from Utah, kind of get more involved in the Utah design scene. I feel like most of the people that followed me were just random people from like Poland or India or something like that. And then only two or three of my Instagram followers were like people outside of my close circle of friends and family. So I'm hoping to continue to reach out and gain more followers elsewhere. So yeah, I kind of already covered what I learned, but I learned a ton in this class and had a lot of fun, and I think I grew a lot as well. So thank you guys for watching, and I look forward to seeing the other presentations for everyone else. So enjoy enjoy the rest of your semester, I guess, and I'll be seeing you guys on Facebook.